What's going on, people? Arsenal 2, Everton 0. Oh my goodness. What a day. Currently, it's West Ham 1, Man City 1. It's nearing halftime, so hopefully West Ham can hold out, get a draw. That would be sensational, but today's all about us, man. Today is all about us. What a fantastic result. Maybe not performance. Maybe not a fantastic performance. But the result is all that matters at the business end of the season. 7 games to go, ladies and gentlemen. 7 games to go. And if we keep winning, we're going to be Premier League champions. It'll be outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. But I didn't watch the first half. I'm not going to lie. I watched bits and pieces. I probably watched like 10 minutes total of the first half. I watched the entire second half, but the first half I watched like 10 minutes. And to be honest, from what I saw in that first half, again, it was slow. It was lethargic. The ball wasn't really moving that well. Players dwelling on the ball. I can't stand it when we're passing it around the back. Okay, we're in the opposition half, but we're passing it around with our center backs. And at the same time, like people are holding on to the ball, not releasing it, not moving it. You know, and it's impossible to break a team down that's as well organized as Everton was today when you're just holding the ball in between passing it from side to side. It's just not going to work. So, you know, I was disappointed with what I saw in that first half. I can't lie. I was disappointed, even though I didn't watch much. I saw the Havertz penalty incident. I didn't see the defender. I think it was Michael Keane. I didn't see him, clip his foot. So I don't know. I mean, people are saying that he clipped his foot, but I mean, I wasn't really watching down there. I saw Havertz kind of fall over, and I just assumed that Havertz just fell over. I didn't see him clip his foot, so I have no comment on the penalty incident until I see further footage. But going to halftime 0-0, and honestly, if I'm being honest, I saw the first half highlights after the game on the post-match show. Everton hit the post. Everton had an opportunity that would have been a goal if it wasn't for an insane Calafiori block. That block from Calafiori was world class. Okay, he's lifting his foot up. And Rise behind him, but if it goes past Calafiori, it's in the back of the net. And it was an incredible block from Calafiori. So shout out to Calafiori for that. But we go into the second half, and then again, Everton has a chance from a corner, and I thought it was in. I thought it was going in, but Raya made a fantastic save with his left foot. And, I'm sitting there thinking, guys, we got to get a foothold in this game, or else we're not going to win it. In fact, we could lose it, right? So I'm sitting there thinking, and this match reaction's coming a little bit late because I was proctoring, okay? I was proctoring at Northwestern University, okay, at the Kellogg Business School. I live in Evanston, Illinois, so if you guys don't know, Northwestern University is in Evanston, and I was proctoring, and I couldn't really watch part of the first half because, I had to get my belongings. I had to move the test downstairs to the testing room, and I couldn't really watch much. But we get into the second half, as I said, Ryan makes that save. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, we need to get a foothold in this game. Everton did an excellent job of defending, not letting us into dangerous positions in the final third. I felt like, we were, again, sluggish, poor on the ball, not good enough. But as the game wore on, I always felt like, okay, we can get something out of this. I really believed that we were going to win this game. As late as the 85th minute, I thought, we're going to win this game. I just feel it. Another chance is going to come and we're going to take it. The starting lineup, I didn't know what to make of it. I saw it before the game. And, my eyebrows were raised when I saw Madueke on the left. I was a little confused with why Madueke was on the left. I thought to myself, I was like, okay, Trossard might be injured. That's just what I assumed. But Martinelli came off the bench. Personally, I would have rather started Martinelli on the left-hand side than Madueke, because Madueke's left-footed, Martinelli's right-footed. And even though Martinelli has like 1 or 2 goals in the Premier League this season, it would just fit with the balance more so than anything else. So I was sitting there, I was a little confused by that. Havertz started. I was a little confused by that. Not starting Gyökeres. I was a little bit disappointed, to be honest. But I thought, okay, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. We should probably wipe these guys anyway. But that's not what happened. It was a dogfight. We go in, and then Arteta, in that second half, made the 2 substitutions that made the difference. Victor Gyökeres and Max Dowman. And I was sitting there watching these students do their exams, scanning the room like prime Xavi. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, before he brought on Max Dowman, and this is going to sound like one of those LeCap moments. You guys know those LeBron moments where he's capping hard? Like that one where he's like, I knew Kobe was going to go for 81. Okay, if you guys saw that video, you guys know what I'm talking about, where he goes, I just saw Kobe and I was like, he's going for 70 tonight. I don't know what the feeling was. I promise this is going to sound like a LeCap moment, but it's not a LeCap moment. I said, honestly, bring on Max Dowman. Bring on Max Dowman, because I remember, earlier on in the season, he came on against Leeds and he looked outstanding. I didn't watch him in the FA Cup game, so I don't know how well he played, but I heard he played well. I'm sitting there thinking, bring on Max Dowman, because he's the spark that we need. Okay, Everton's not going to know how to defend him, because there's basically damn near 0 scouting report on Max Dowman. Put him on. Also, I remembered Sir Alex Ferguson. Okay, in a title-winning season for Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson brought on Makeda. He brought on a 17-year-old to try to win the game, and he ended up winning the game for him. He ended up winning the game for Man United. So I was sitting there thinking, bring on Max Dowman, be bold, be brave, make that substitution, and let's see what happens. And he brought on Max Dowman, he brought on Gyökeres, he brought on Martinelli, and things changed. Things changed for the better. The first goal, Max Dowman whips it in, and it's a very good cross. I wouldn't say it's excellent, but it's a very good cross. Pickford has to come out of his goal. Pickford's flapping at it. Okay, Hincapié is, in the back post area, who came on for Calafiori. If you think about it, well, not even if you think about it, the fact of the matter is 3 substitutes combined for that goal. Max Dowman whips it in. Hincapié, it comes off his thigh, but he plays it into the path of Gyökeres, who's just able to tap it in as Pickford is just out of his net. And it's a free goal. And we go 1-0 up in the 90th minute. And I'm sitting there trying not to celebrate because I'm in an exam room full of full of MBA students taking a test, and I'm sitting there trying not to explode. Pause. Gyökeres taps it in, 1-0, and then I'm sitting there thinking, defend. Do not let them get another chance in this game. We cannot give us this lead. We worked so hard for this lead. We cannot now throw it away and leave with a point. It didn't happen. The second goal, corner kick, Pickford's up, Max Dowman takes it from Martinelli, who wins the header. First of all, the ball gets cleared. Second of all, Martinelli heads it on to Dowman. Third, Dowman runs in behind, makes two defenders miss, and he has an open net. Just waltzes through, untouched, slides it home from just outside the box. Empty net, 2-0. Game, set, match. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, hallelujah, ladies and gentlemen. Hallelujah. The youngest Premier League goal scorer in the competition's history, Max Dowman, 16 years, 70 days. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Shout out Max Dowman. Okay, shout out to the team for showing fighting spirit. And I have to give Arteta a ton of credit. You guys know I criticize Mikel Arteta. And I can criticize him heavily. But today I have to give him all the credit in the world. Maybe not for the starting lineup, but for being bold in his substitutions. So shout out to Mikel Arteta for being bold in his substitutions. Bringing on a 16-year-old. Bringing on the striker that was meant to make the difference. And, Max Dowman, Victor Gyökeres, Hincapié combined for the first. Then Max Dowman scores the second. Incredible. So, we win 2-0. It's probably halftime by now. I'm recording this on my phone, so I can't check to see what the score is between West Ham and Man City. But we're hoping for a positive result in that game, meaning a West Ham draw or a West Ham win. So, hold tight. Before the game, we were 10 points clear. Obviously, after this game, if West Ham win, we're still 10 points clear. But we're probably going to be about, either 7 or 6 points clear. Or 7 or 9 points clear. And we'll see what happens. But it's looking good, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking good. If we don't go on to win the league from this position, I don't want to hear anybody talk about Tottenham being bottle jobs. I don't want to hear, us calling Tottenham the ultimate bottle jobs, because this would be the ultimate bottle job if we don't win the league. So I think we're going to win the league. I think it's going to happen. And it better happen. Okay? I've been waiting so long for this. Not as long as other Arsenal fans, but I've been waiting long enough. So let's make it happen. Arsenal 2, Everton 0. Thank you guys for tuning into the match reaction. Leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.